We've seen how we can add protection to a worksheet, allowing you to stop people from editing any or some of the cells within that sheet. Now you can also add protection to the workbook. From the review ribbon, we have Protect Workbook. Now what this allows you to do is protect the workbook with an optional password, and this will protect the structure of the workbook. You'll notice the tick is there in structure. If you've actually removed that tick, you'll see the OK is grayed out because there's nothing to protect. So we're looking to protect the workbook structure, and what this actually does, we'll do it without a password, is it stops new sheets from being added to the workbook. You can see the new sheet button is grayed out here, and if you right click an existing sheet, there's no insert option, and there's no delete option, and there's no move or copy option. So you're protecting the structure of the workbook. You will still need to have sheet protection if you want people not to alter the sheet structure, because protecting the workbook does not stop them from inserting new columns or new rows into the sheet itself. So they need to work together really. So we have sheet protection to protect it from being edited or changed, and then the workbook protection to stop the structure of the workbook. That is, the actual number of sheets then are fixed because they cannot move them, they cannot delete them, cannot add any more. We can then extend our protection to the whole Excel file. So although we can protect individual sheets, the structure of the workbook itself, we can protect the whole workbook file when we save it, because we can save it with a password. So this is done from the File Save As dialog box. You need to choose a location, so I'll choose the current folder. And then we go to save the file. Now if we're keeping the same name, that's fine, we can keep the same name, but it's down here in the Tools option of the dialog box that we're interested, and we choose General Options. And you'll find in here we can add either a password to open the file, in which case the person would need to know the password. If you then put a tick in read only, they would then need a separate password to modify the file. And then OK. We must then re-enter the password, and then the second password to modify. And then we click Save. Now, although it says we're replacing an existing file, we are effectively replacing the same file, but with different security settings. So that's yes. Those settings don't actually take place until you close the file. And then when we try to reopen the file, so we'll go from the recently used workbooks, sales data 2013, then we get the password to open the file. And then, because we added a password both to open and then to modify, we're then asked for the password to modify the file. Now if we don't know this password, we can still open this file by clicking read only, or we can enter the modify password and then click OK, and we're then opening the file with full security settings so we can actually edit and save the changes. Now we are prompted at this moment that says the author would like you to open the file as read only unless you need to make changes. Open as read only, well that's no, because I would like to make changes and I've already entered the password for modifying the file. So those security settings for opening and then for modifying the file will stay with this file when it's closed and saved until the point that you remove those passwords. And that's done by doing another save as, so that's File, Save As, same folder location, the same file name, but in the tools this time, when we go to General Options, you simply remove the passwords that have been placed on and remove the tick for read only. That will work without the passwords. They'll just get the little prompting box that says read only, or would you like to edit? So it's only a little stop box. It doesn't force it to be read only. So we'll take that tick out. We've removed the passwords for open and modify. That's okay. We then click save. We now effectively are replacing the file again, but without any security settings. And again, the file would need to be closed. And when you reopen, you'll find it has no security settings whatsoever. You can go straight in without a password to open or to modify. So you've got effectively 3 levels of security there. The sheet permissions that allow people to make changes to individual sheets. The workbook structure protection that stops new sheets from being added or sheets from being deleted or moved or copied. And then you have the password file protection itself that will allow you to control whether the file can be opened or whether it can be modified.